What's going on, friends? Welcome to another edition of Friday Fables and Short Stories here at Step Up to Greatness with me, your greatness facilitator and your storyteller, Dustin Gruss. Our goal here is to take a look at the stories and fables that we normally share with our children to unpack the moral of the story or the nugget of wisdom within that we would normally try to teach to our children and see if it still applies to us today as adults. Today's story is On the Night You Were Born by Nancy Tillman, and it's based off of Psalms 139. It's a beautiful book that talks about the day that you were born, or your child that you're reading this to was born, and how the world celebrated and realized that what a wonderful creation was born. I'm going to highlight a few parts for you, really the beginning and the end, but there's a lot of great stuff in the middle. But just to kind of read a little bit to you. On the night you were born, the moon smiled with such wonder that the stars peeked in to see you, and the night wind whispered, life will never be the same. Because there had never been anyone like you, ever, in the world. And then it wraps up. For never before in story or rhyme, not even once upon a time, has the world ever known a you, my friend, and it never will, not ever again. Heaven blew every trumpet and played every horn on the wonderful, marvelous night you were born. It really is a beautiful story, and it's a story that reminds me of a good friend of mine, JD, who tells people they are a unrepeatable miracle, that we are all unique and we all matter. And I really feel like this book captures the essence of that idea, and it's something that I believe is great to not only remind ourselves, but something to instill in our children and tell them that they are important. And that's going to bring us to the moral of the story. And the moral to On the Night You Were Born is the fact that you matter. That's it. You matter. You are important. The world rejoiced on the day you were born. You might not have felt it. You might not have realized it. Your family certainly were happy that you were born. The people that love you were happy the day you were born. That's why they get together each year on your birthday, is to celebrate you. Many believe that we should be celebrating the parents, celebrate the mother who went through the hours of labor to bring you into this world, because all you did was not die for a year. I shouldn't say that's all you did, but again, it's celebrating you. It's an opportunity for people to celebrate you because you matter and you are important. You are. I sincerely hope you believe that. Let's get into some reflection questions. Number one, the reflection question I have for you comes from another friend and mentor of mine, someone that I look up to. I've gotten to know a little bit this year as I interviewed him on my podcast earlier this year, and have been really enjoying his podcast. And it's something that he has made a bit of a movement, and that is asking people, how are you feeling? And that's the reflection question. How are you feeling? And it's something I encourage you to ask people. Not, hey, how's it going? What's going on? But ask them, how are you feeling today? And answer it right now. Think about, how are you feeling? Because on the surface, as Archie Mastersmith Bunting, my friend I was mentioning, and his company Archie Cares, they kind of point out the fact that what's going on, how's it going, and the answers we give are really just surface level bullcrap. We're not really asking people how they're doing. We're not really digging deep into their feelings and what they're experiencing and what they're going through in life and the struggles that they might be facing that maybe they need to get something off their chest or off their back, off their shoulders, or whatever it might be, proverbial or literal. They might not realize they have something that's really weighing them down, and by asking, how are you feeling, you're giving them an opportunity to relieve some of that pressure, relieve some of that stress, to open up and check in with themselves, not only checking in with you, but check in with themselves and realize it. So I'm asking you to check in with yourself right now. How are you feeling? Reflection question 2. Who or what could help you feel better? No matter what your answer was to how are you feeling, you probably could do better. There's something that brings joy and brings passion to your life, that makes you feel vibrant and alive and happy and giddy and silly and goofy, whatever other adjective you want to throw in there that encompasses joy. There's something that you know that when you're around it or doing it, it brings you joy. So what is it? And how can you engage in that now? Even if you have to turn this video off sooner just to go do that thing that brings you joy, well, wait around a couple more minutes, let me finish this video, but then go do that immediately. I want you to have joy in your life. I really do. So who or what could bring you joy? Third reflection question. Is there someone that you could be reaching out to right now? That you're feeling this nudge that, you know what, that person seemed off, or come to think of it, this person I know had a big test coming up, or their spouse was going out of town, or they're struggling with something, and I haven't really checked in with them to see how they're doing. Do you have someone that little voice in your head is nudging you to reach out to? Do it. Reach out to them. Give them a call, send them a text message, send them an email, FaceTime them, Skype them. Is Skype still a thing? Zoom, whatever it might be. Reach out to them. See how they're doing, because they will probably feel that weight lifted off of them and feel important, like they matter, because out of the blue you reached out to them to say, hey, how are you feeling? What can I do to help you? Again, Nancy Tillman, and it's her bedtime story on the night you were born, telling you what I believe, and I hope you believe, and your family and friends around you believe, and hopefully are helping to reinforce. But again, I'm here to tell you, you matter. So even if life knocks you down, you got friends, you got family, you got people who care about you. Reach out to them so they can help you keep moving forward and step up to greatness. Get out of here, go be great.